Only through struggle will our goals be achieved. Through suffering, through pain, you become the person you were meant to be. You cannot grow mentally, physically, emotionally, or financially in your comfort zone and when avoiding pain. It doesn't work like that. You're gonna have to flip the switch and embrace suffering, pain, because that's the path to success. You know what you need to do, but you choose the comfort zone. Because the discomfort, the pain, the suffering is terrifying. I know. I was doing just enough to get by because I used to be just like you. The switch had to be flipped. I took that old version of me, that drug addict, that alcoholic, that fucking loser out back and put him out of his misery. And then I focused all my attention on bettering myself. No one else around, alone, in the gym, every day, beating myself down and building myself back up. I couldn't play this game anymore. I didn't want to be that person anymore. And I didn't want to leave that legacy behind. I went from a loser, going nowhere in life, who was afraid of the silence because of the suffering, to a person who embraced the silence and made it his home. I learned what it was like to be by myself, be in the dark, and embrace it. When you go through the discomfort, you got to go through the pain and suffering, but your life becomes great. If you choose comfort, you go through pain and suffering, and you end up hating your life. Both are uncomfortable in their own right. You just got to know when to make the choice. But I was terrified at what I needed to do. So for years, I just suffered in silence because both paths have to deal with suffering. There's a classic quote that I need you to understand. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men. And weak men create difficult times. And then the cycle continues. In order to make all of your dreams a reality, you need to evolve. You will never become a specimen sitting on your ass, binge watching TV, eating junk food, and drinking every weekend. You see, your comfort zone are where dreams go to fucking die. You will never, and I repeat, never get that dream house with the staircase and the pool and the paint and the windows while you're working that 9-to-5 job that is allowing you to just skate by. And you will never get that dream partner when you are acting like the person you used to be. For years, I avoided the pain. For years, I chose my comfort zone. For years, I didn't want to suffer. I didn't want to go through it. I chose the easy path. I chose what was normal in today's society. And I ended up working a job I hated, grinding my hands into the ground as an iron worker in plus 30 or negative 30 degrees Celsius. And down that easy path, I then developed a Percocet addiction to deal with the pain that I was putting my hands through, which eventually led to me spending every single night at the bar, every single weekend at the bar, going through a different type of suffering that wasn't leading to anything good. I had no friends, I had no house, I had no car, I had no success, I had no future. But I was comfortable. And you see, that's where you guys are dropping the ball. That's where you guys are messing up. Now, 9 years later, all of my dreams have become reality. Because of that suffering, because of that pain, because of those experiences, all of my goals and aspirations up to this point have been achieved. I did the same exercise. I killed the old version of myself. I embraced suffering. And now I drive a 2021 Audi R8 with a naturally aspirated V10. I also drive a 2020 Mercedes AMG G63. I own a 5,000 square foot home with a beautiful pool and massive backyard, which also has a movie theater for my family to watch movies every night. I'm married to the most amazing woman I could ask for. She's tall, foreign, blonde hair, blue eyes, and the most supportive person I've ever met in my life. She also blessed me with the most beautiful baby boy I could ever ask for. Baby blue eyes, blonde hair, and a beautiful smile. I chose to evolve. I chose to transform, and I chose to let the old me die so the me of today could flourish. I took that soft version of myself, that loser version of myself, that addict, that alcoholic, out back, and I put him down. I looked myself in the eyes and I decided enough was enough. I have the best circle I could ask for. My support system would take a bullet for me on a whim. And I'm the first person in my lineage as a DaSilva to become a millionaire, let alone before the age of 30. I became this person because I suffered when no one was watching. Eating out of Tupperware containers with plain rice and plain chicken while everyone else ate delicious foods, their pizzas and more. No parties, no nights out, no girls, no drinking, no drugs, no nothing. My life was simple. Work, gym, sleep, repeat. Work, gym, sleep, repeat. I was on autopilot with one mission: transform me. In that suffering, in that silence, in that darkness, I found who I was and who I was meant to be. If you want to build an ultra successful business, you're going to take 2x4 after 2x4 after 2x4 to the face before anything becomes reality. If you want to build an amazing body, you have to break down the muscle fibers in order to rebuild them back up. Through suffering, you become who you want to be. And that's why you got to choose the difficult shit. Because again, it doesn't matter if you go the hard path or the easy path, both paths will make you suffer. But at least the hard path leads to your ultimate goal. The easy path leads to you suffering in silence and then dying with no regrets. And I promise you, you don't want to be that old person sitting on your deathbed looking back at your life filled with regret because you always made the easy choice. Because you chose the happy-go-lucky, easy life. Because you wanted to avoid the bullshit and the pain. Fuck that shit. Go all in. Embrace it. Let it mold you, shape you into what you've always wanted to become.